RadioMaster are really on it at the moment. They're producing a fantastic range of products that are pretty much dominating the market. And if you meet up flying with friends or you go to a race meeting, RadioMaster is by far the most popular choice for transmitters. And not only transmitters, the RP range of ELRS receivers and the external modules are also extremely popular. TX16S, the TX12 and the Zorro cover most budget ranges, form factors and features. But now they've just released this Boxer transmitter into the mix. It's a compact size radio that's got Hall effect gimbals, it's got EdgeTX 2.8 and an internal 1 watt ELRS version 3 module all ready to go. And if you thought the power-hungry 1 watt ELRS modules meant you'd struggle to get a full day's flying without a transmitter recharge or a battery swap, think again. The RadioMaster upgrade battery that you can get for this gives you up to 20 hours flying time. Now, RadioMaster have kindly sent me this for a first look review, and it's available now, December 2022. So how does this fit into their range? And more importantly, is it something you should consider? Hello, and welcome to the Whirly Bloke channel. So in the box you get a really nice carry case for the radio, and it's all secured in with this Velcro strap, and you get these nice gimbal protectors. And unusually it comes with a T antenna, which is great news. I've long been an advocate of the T antenna on all radios. The standard cheaper monopole normally supplied on radios works fine, but for a few dollars more, a T or a dipole antenna just gives you much better performance. And this one is nicely adjustable, so you can get the null points in the right position when you're wearing the radio. This compact size radio is similar to the TX12, a little bit bigger. The form factor is different, and it's flatter and actually feels very nice in the hand, and it'll suit thumbers and pinchers alike. And it feels really solid and well built with no nasty creaking or anything like that. Now, the first big difference you notice with this radio is the handle, or in this case, this very secure fabric strap. At first I wasn't too sure about this, but actually it makes putting this in your flight bag very easy, and you'd normally need a folding handle to squash it down. It's very nice. And also on the top here you've got the DSC trainer port, there's a headphone socket and this USB-C socket for EdgeTX firmware upgrades and for connecting to your PC. Now the overall style is actually very modern and clean. It's a very ergonomic design, I really like it. You get the usual range of switches. These outer ones, the SA and SD, are 2-position switches, and the inner SB and SC are 3-way. And you've got these 2 rotary dials as well. On the top there's 2 of these low profile push button switches. SE is latching and SF is momentary. Now I know some people don't like push button switches on radios, but I prefer them mainly because they're much harder to accidentally press and there's just less clutter on the top to get tangled in your flight bag. But that's purely a personal thing. The gimbals, they're the full-size RadioMaster V4 Hall effect gimbal that they use on the TX16S Mark II, and these can be upgraded to the very nice AG01 gimbals like I've got on my TX16S here. Trim switches here, which is fairly standard, and there's a neck strap hook as well. Then you've got the 6 assignable LED switches for whatever you want, and the now standard RadioMaster EdgeTX navigation buttons down here, sys, model, return, page and so on. And that includes this clickable scroll wheel, and these are up to the usual RadioMaster high standard. The display is a monochrome backlit LCD. Now, I prefer this over the big fancy colour display on the TX16S. I don't think colour adds anything, and it just uses up battery power, and most of the time you're not looking at this anyway. There's a USB-C quick charge QC3 compatible connector for charging the battery, and then you've got a JR slot for any external RF modules that you'd like to plug in. Now, the battery compartment on this, it sort of looks fairly normal, but when you open up, it's absolutely massive. And they supply this battery tray that you can put a couple of 18650 size cells in. But as we all know by now, if you run ELRS 1 watt, which is what's in here, you'll need to charge or swap the batteries to get a full day of flying. Now, RadioMaster have countered this with this 6200 milliamp hour LiPo that will pretty much power your transmitter all day. Well, they claim about 20 hours, and that's a long time. And that's why this battery compartment is so big, so this fits in. Now, this isn't supplied as standard, but it is available as an upgrade item. Oh, and under here you've got the factory flashed EdgeTX SD card. So, if we turn this on,
welcome to EdgeTX.
So this comes pre-installed with EdgeTX version, well, let's have a look. So we are on version 2.8, so this is slap bang up to date. And this also includes the correct ExpressLRS Lewis script for version 2 and version 3. And there's a TBS agent on here as well, plus some surprisingly addictive classic 8-bit games. So to flash new ELRS firmware or change the bind phrase, you just run the ExpressLRS Lewis script, and you can just turn on the Wi-Fi connectivity down here, enable Wi-Fi, and then you can connect to the ExpressLRS hotspot that's running on here. Now, I don't know why people don't like bind phrases. It just makes things so much easier. Now, you can order this with either an internal ExpressLRS module or the 4-in-1 CC2500 MPM RF module. And if you get the ELRS module, like mine, it's flashed with version 3, and it can be adjusted with the ExpressLRS Lewis script to be up to 30 dBm power for FCC compliance or 20 dBm for EU compliance. So that's a maximum of 1 watt if you go down the FCC route. And this ELRS module is like the new RadioMaster Ranger modules and is capable of a 1 kHz refresh rate. And the ELRS version has an internal fan to keep things running cool. And if you choose the 4-in-1 CC2500 module, the maximum power is 20 dBm, and that's fixed. And internally, this radio uses a powerful STM32 VGT6 processor, and it's got 1 meg of RAM internally. So, there we have it, another great looking transmitter from RadioMaster that's definitely worth considering if you want a compact size radio. And that may be as simple as already having something like the TX16S and it feels a bit big and cumbersome, or maybe you want something that's a bit bigger than the Zorro. Or maybe you're just starting out. Either way, this is a great choice. Now, the question I can hear you all shouting is, how much? And is this a replacement for the TX12 Mark II? Well, the price on this is $139.99, which is around sort of 120, 125 pounds, and it's available now. And that's a great price for what you get. And the big 6200 milliamp hour battery is $30, which is around 25 pounds, something like that. Now, I did ask RadioMaster if this was the TX12 replacement, and their answer is no. The simple reason is the TX12 Mark II is still extremely popular, particularly with juniors. After all, it is a little bit smaller and it's a little bit lighter, which probably suits smaller hands. And you'd be surprised that juniors taking part in racing is a big thing. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But RadioMaster have got all bases covered with these radios now. Should you go for the large 6200 milliamp hour battery pack? Well, I'd say yes. I've been using this for about a week, testing this waterproof drone that's got the RP3 Diversity ELRS receiver in it. And I've lost count of how many packs I've put through this and how many I've sunk. But I haven't had to charge this all week. And that's running the Boxer at 1 watt, and that's pretty impressive. As always, thanks for watching, and if you found that helpful, why not subscribe or maybe buy me a coffee to support the channel. And I'll see you next time.